The top 50 Fortnite players of all time list has just updated. We did a video on this like 4 months ago, and I'm pretty sure we had players like Peterbot at 5, Booga at 1. So I'm so curious on how this list has actually updated. I think the players I am the most curious about is Poyo now inside of the top 10? Which players fell down the most, and so much more. Real quick, see the starts though. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please just go K-Dog in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. Follow me on my Twitch, link in the description down below, because we watch all the tournaments over there. So if you want to watch it with me, just make sure you guys go drop a follow. Without further ado though, let's just jump straight into this video. All right, so unfortunately the list doesn't have any cool graphics this time. I think they'll probably do that towards the end of the year, but there is just so many interesting names on this first page right here. And I also wanted to open up the Twitter right here so we can see the old graphics, and then just basically add I'm pretty sure 2 more of their recent FNCSs to that. So just on this page alone, it is so crazy to see so many of these big names fall down it. We have Dubs going down 3 spots, Benji going down to 64, Tfue is still ranked as the 62nd best Fortnite player of all time, even though he has been retired for who even knows how long at this point. I think it is kind of crazy to me that Muzz and Teeny both drop as well. But our first major riser is Iamzo. He is now ranked as the 57th best player of all time, moving up 6 spots. So he went from what, 63rd, 64th. All right, so these were his accomplishments before trios actually started. He got 3rd, 4th, 8th at globals, 300k earned. So we have to add what, a 3rd place in grands and a 2nd place in grands to that. So this list right here is updated with all the trio stuff, but then this list is only updated as of the beginning of the year, I'm pretty sure, right before trio started. It's also really cool to see Ritual jump up to 55. So what, he was probably in 70th place when this year started. So his only major accomplishments were 1st in the EWC 2024, 9th at globals, and then 2nd in grands. I'm not gonna lie, so what, his 2 placements after that are a 2nd and a 1st. Do you guys think Ritual should be top 55 all time and above Iamzo? I guess Ritual has the FNCS win on Iamzo, which is I guess you can rank that really highly. But I don't know, man. Already starting off this list, there is some things that I have a couple of question marks about. All right, let's get on to the actual top 50 though. In 50th place, we have Vanyak. So Vanyak moved from 57 all the way up to 50. Placements before trio started were 1st in grands, 3rd in grands, 4th in grands, 13th at globals, 300k earned. And I think since then he's gotten what, 3rd place and 1st place in grand finals. I feel like that is honestly way too low for Vanya, especially compared to somebody like Ritual, who Vanya has what, 2 times the FNCS wins Ritual has 2/3 of 4th and 13th at globals. I just don't think that Vanya should be 50th place. I feel like that is kind of crazy. All right, let's slowly move up this though. So who is 49th? Skite. So Skite drops down 4 placements. I mean, I guess you could technically maybe say that's fair for Skite. 49th place. All right, let's see. 48th is Andalex. So Andalex also drops 4 spots. So before trios, he was 41st. So he is what? 1st place in grands, 2nd place in grands, 4th in grands, 4th gamers 8, 5th in grands, 500k earned, and he is now in 48th place. I feel like that might be fair for him. I need to see some of the names above him though. So let's see. In 47th is Pixie. Wow, Pixie has the biggest jump up of any player I think we have seen so far, up 13 placement spots in 47th place now. So his placements before trios were 4th at globals, 5th in grands, and 15th at globals. And since then, he has gotten a 3rd and a 1st place, pretty much the exact same placements that Vanya has gotten. And I guess he is 3 placement spots higher than Vanya. And I'm assuming that's mainly off of the fact of how good he has done in the global championships. But also Vanya has had some very unfair disadvantages there, because he wasn't even able to play in the last globals with Swizzy because he had visa issues. So I mean, I guess I could maybe see this. Up 13 spots is so crazy though. I wonder if he's going to be the highest riser on this entire list. Let's see. 46th place is Commandment. So Commandment goes down 3 whole spots all the way down to 46th. I think that is just going to be inevitable for a lot of these players that retired from the game. Commandment did have some of the craziest placements in the game though, had one of the best grand finals clutches also ever too. He is a real OG of the game, and it's kind of sad to see him potentially falling outside of the top 50 soon. 45th place, Mr. Savage. Okay, what are Mr. Savage's? I swear Mr. Savage, I don't really know if I like this one. And like, I know I'm a Mr. Savage fan and everything, and I love seeing him do good, but like, Savage's best grand finals placement ever is second place, and he doesn't have a single other top 5. Like, I feel like, hold on, like, bro, just look at this comparison right here. So Commandment was first, second, 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 second. We know we had the insane trails run, Resented and Edgy, and you're saying that this right here, and then Mr. Savage's grand placements are what, in 8th place? And he deserves to be above Commandment now? I cannot agree with this. I'm not gonna lie, like this one right here, I do not agree with at all. Commandment is way too low. All right, let's move up a little bit. We got 44th of Pink, 43rd of Creo. Now, once again, I just don't think I'm ready to say that Commandment is a worse player all time than Pink or Mr. Savage. All right, let's compare Creo's thing to Commandment. So what? Creo is 4th at World Cup solos, which is obviously the biggest achievement in his career. 7th at Grands. 10th. How is Commandment under this? How is Commandment worse than any of these 3 players of all time? Hold on, let me go up a little bit more. We're gonna use like Commandment as a standard here. Dukes, you could definitely make an argument for. Dukes is what, a 3-time FNCS champion, is that right? Either 2 or 3-time FNCS champion. I think this one is fair, but Dukes also might literally be too low. Like, who is above Dukes? Swizzy. Okay, hold on. Let me let's get a new main person to compare to. All right, so Dukes and Swizzy. Let me pull up Dukes real fast. Okay, so Dukes is a 3-time FNCS champion, double 4th, 6th, and 8th at globals, compared to Swizzy, which was, you have to add what, a 4th and a 5th in grand finals, to 3 FNCS wins with 1 on Asia, a 3rd place in grands, and a 10th at globals. I just don't know if I can say that this is better than Dukes. Dukes literally won Grand Royale with Booga, won in FNCS with Justice and Users, and then also placed top 10 at globals, which is better than any of Swizzy's global placements ever. I don't think I'm ready to say that Swizzy is a better player than Dukes yet. Let's see, let's move it, let's keep it moving though. Trippern in 40th. Okay, let's see, what are Trippern's actual placements? So Trippern is 2nd place in Grand, 2nd Gamers 8, 3rd, 6th, 7th. No, not a single FNCS win is not better than 3 FNCS wins by Dukes. Let's keep it moving though. Let's see, who else we got here? We got Ree in 39th. He's also moving up 3 whole spots as well. So Ree is a 2-time FNCS winner, 3-time second, 3rd solo all-stars, 12th globals, 9th globals. Pretty decent globals placements, but once again, we have to remember that a lot of these placements are from West. I still don't know if I would put Ree over Dukes, like Ree being what is he, 3 whole spots above Dukes? Dukes fell down, so what, Ree replaced Dukes on this? I don't agree with that one either. Let's see, 38th of Anas. I mean, maybe you could potentially see that. You have an argument for that, maybe. Obviously, Anas absolutely bagged out from that Mr. Beast Cup. 37th of Arkham, and Arkham is down 2 spots as well. Wow, Arkham was 31st before this year started. He is already down 6 whole placements since this. Arkham's placements are, of course, I'm pretty sure he is currently tied for the most FNCS wins ever with 6 total grand finals wins. He has multiple 2nd places, 3rds, 5th at World Cup duos, $800,000 earned. He's just been retired for so long now that of course you could say that like he's obviously just going to move down over time, and all of his accomplishments are on West besides the top 5 at World Cup duos, which of course is such a huge accomplishment on its own. I think I need to see some of the people that are above him though. All right, let's see one more spot. Wolfie's above him. I don't agree with that. I don't think Wolfie's is above Arkham all time. Clicks in 35th. So what, Clicks goes up 6 spots now? We're saying Clicks all time is a better player than Dukes, Commandment. Hold on, I need to compare Clicks to Dukes real quick. Clicks had to be pretty low when this list first came out, right? All right, so these were Clicks' placements before Trio started. 4th, 5th, 20 out of 24 Grand Squad, 18th Solo World Cup, 550K earned. And since then, he has added a 2nd and a 3rd. Is this resume right here better than 3 first places, 2 4ths, 6th, 8th? I just don't think so, no. I really don't think Clicks all time right now is 35th. I'm not trying to like discredit Clicks or nothing here either. I feel like Clicks is definitely going to continue to climb up these rankings over time, especially since he has arguably the 2nd or 1st best team on all of NA. I mean, Clicks really doesn't have any super good land placements. Dukes quite literally just came top 10 last year. I think that might be a little bit high for Clicks. All right, let's keep it moving though. What do we got? 34th of C. This one, I mean, Cease has the longevity, but he hasn't been like super at the top of the game for even the past like 2 years. I don't know if I would put Cease above Clicks at this point. Who else we got? Scented in 33rd. Wow, what? Scented has what? Never gotten an FNCS win, but he has like 4 second places, very similar to what Commandment has. 33rd place. I mean, I guess no FNCS wins, but still, that feels a little bit low for Scented. Who else do we got here? All right, 32nd of Flixie. So what? Flixie has what? Won an FNCS in trios, also just got 6th place in trios as well. Almost top 30 all time for Flixie. His placements before this were 1st in Grands, 6th in Grands, 4th at Globals, 12th at Globals. I think this is fair. He has really good Globals placements, also multiple FNCS wins as well, and he's just going to continue to get better over time. I think Flixie is one of those players that will probably end his career inside of the top 20. I feel like that could be something super fun for the rest of this list. How many of these people do we think are going to finish their careers inside of the top 20? I think if Clicks is able to win an FNCS and continue to place as highly as he has been recently, if he plays for like 2 or 3 more years, 100%, but he's also going to need some land placements in there as well. The 31st of Edgy. I don't think Edgy is going to finish top 20 when his career is all said and done. I think the prime and like the main super good placements that he's had is probably over by now. He still has a pretty decent trio and is always going to be in contention to place like top 8 in every single grand finals, but he is also legit coming off of a season where he didn't even qualify for grands. So I don't think Edgy is going to finish his career top 20 all time. Let's go with Rezon. Okay, Rezon in 30th. Wow, Rezon was literally 28th before this year started. So he was a 20 out of 24 grands qualifiers. So I think this puts him at what? 20. Oh no, he literally failed to qualify for like grands 2 seasons ago, didn't he? So he is what? 21 out of 26 now. He got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 7th. I mean, his placements are insane in grands. What are his land placements though? Does Rezon have any like crazy land placements? Even this top comment right here, I low-key agree with this. Scented, Arkham, Dukes, and Agers below Rezon. That is a little bit crazy. I think Rezon is one of the most like underappreciated players of all time placement wise. Do I think he'll finish his career top 20? Probably not. But I mean, I guess if he's already 30th right now, according to this website, I think it really depends on what he does this next coming season. Because if he's able to qualify for land then, and he can get a decent land placement with Chap and Savage, who Chap has already proved he can place good at land, then maybe we'll have some more conversations about it. But as of right now, I don't really think so. All right, let's see. 29th place of Cooper. Now this is one of the ones that I was kind of, I don't necessarily say most upset about, but Cooper in 29th, like, oh my goodness. Hold on, let me just pull up the thing and you can see how much people were complaining about this when it first came out. All right, so Cooper was 30th then. He is 29th now. Of course, he just got 3rd place in FNCS, but his placements before this were obviously 1st place at Globals, 2nd place Grand Finals, 3rd place Grand Finals, 9th place Grand Finals, 20th at Globals. And I mean, yeah, him being the 30th best player in Fortnite history for still just being such a new player to the game. Like, he literally only has what? 4 placements, or I guess 5 placements now, because we're adding the 4th place from 2 seasons ago and then 3rd place from last season. I think Cooper is definitely a player who can finish his career top 20 all time, but I feel like 29th all time, that's where he's at right now, right? 29th all time for Cooper already is just really high for him. All right, moving up more, we got Agers in 28th. Like, Agers only being 1 spot above Cooper and him going down placements too. It's just kind of crazy to me. Like, I know Cooper has the land win and that is why he is so high up there. And I'm not trying to like discredit the land win or anything, but that was just like a 6-game, 1-day format. A win is a win at the end of the day, but I just don't know if I want to have Cooper as the 29th best player in Fortnite history. All right, let's keep it moving here now. What do we got? 27th of Zate. Wow, one of the OGs of Fortnite, man. Arguably the like founder of competitive Fortnite himself. It's just so sad looking at so many of these like pioneers of Fortnite really just slowly go down the rankings over time. I'm surprised he's only dropped 1 placement, figuring that Zate quit the game what, like 2 or 3 years ago at this point. Zate's obviously one of the goats, man, so huge shout out to him. 26th place of Chapix. Now Chapix, of course, one of the OG trio FNCS winners with Hen. Also another player that doesn't have necessarily like the craziest placements nowadays or anything. I think a 26 around that like top 30 range is still pretty fair for him. 25th of Vico. Wow, Vico has already jumped into a top 25 player of all time. So his placements now, including trios, would be all of this right here, and then another win and another, what they get, 6th place. So what, it's first, 6th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 4th globals, 10th globals, 400k earned already. I think Vico is one of those players that is going to be in arguments to be a potential top 10, maybe even a top 5 player when his career is all said and done. Vico is one of those players that can 100% finish his career with like 4 or 5 FNCS titles, and he has already proved that he can absolutely perform at LAN multiple times now as well. I think I 100% want to put his potential at finishing as like a top 5 player in Fortnite history. He is literally so young as well too. Like I think he quite literally just turned 18 like this week, so he still has so much time to continue to play this game and continue to dominate. 24th is Saf. Saf, once again, another pioneer of the game. Him being top 24 I think is probably fair, but Deal in 23rd. Wow, so Vidil is what, 5 spots ahead of Agers, 2 spots ahead of Vico. What is Vico versus Vidil's placements? Let me see. So Vidil is a 2-time FNCS winner, 4th, 5th, 5th, 7th, 7th. What are his LAN placements? I really value LAN placements so much when I talk about like greatest players of all time. That's why I don't think Tayson is like top 3, and I think he's going to be one of the first people to fall outside of the top 5 if he doesn't start getting some real LAN placements. But of course, Vidil had his insane run with Yanis, multiple time FNCS champion. I think you could probably say this is fair. He hasn't had really like any insane trio success ever since trios did come back. Oh wait, no, actually that's literally false. He got 4th place in like the grand finals that he came to NA and played with Cooper and Sphinx. I think the thing that is just most fresh on my mind though is still just the last grand finals that he played with Savage and Rezon, and they got like 18th or something. Top 25, probably fair for Vidil. Does Vidil finish his career top 20? I think he'll be like a borderline top 20 player, but like the super high placing days of his career is probably slowly slowing down now. 22nd, we have Kanata. Now Kanata is in the exact same placement as he was in before trio started. Of course, I don't think he's had any like crazy trio success since then. He still has not qualified for LAN, but he is still qualified for every single grand finals ever. Won an FNCS, 2nd in FNCS, 3 third places, 2 seconds, 2 5ths, 1 6th, and an 18th at globals. I think just the pure fact that he is qualified for every single grand finals ever 100% puts him inside that top 25. Do I want to put him over some players that have multiple FNCS wins and higher globals placements? I'm not 100% sure. I feel like that's just more up to your guys' opinion. Do I think Kanata will finish his career top 20 all time? As of right now in this trios meta, he doesn't look to be like necessarily the most insane player, but if he continues to qualify for grand finals, of course that streak is going to have to end eventually. I'm going to say maybe. 21st is King, the Brazil GOAT. All right, let's see. Let's compare Kanata to King now. You know what? Screw all this compare stuff, man. Let's move on to the top 20. I'm gonna go like 15 through 20. All right, so Chicho 20th, Merstash 19th, Hen 18th, Trulex 17th, Malibuka 16th, and who's 15th? Acorn in 15th. All right, so all these guys are very similar positions. I remember I think I had a little bit of a problem with Chicho being so high, but he just has insane LAN placements that I think it is kind of fair. Malibuka moves up to 16th place, so Malibuka is almost top 15 of all time. Acorn is in exactly 15th. Now Acorn is somebody that I do want to check his stats. All right, so Acorn has only moved up 3 spots after winning another FNCS, and then I guess he placed 5th place in the last grand finals before that. I just feel like Acorn is still one of the most disrespected players of all time. Like, this dude now has 4 FNCS championships, 2 thirds, a 4th, 2 5ths, a 7th, 8th at Gamers 8, and $765,000 total earned. Let's see, do I think any of these guys will finish their career top 10 all time? I think Malibuka definitely has an argument. What is Malibuka's stats compared to Acorn? Hold up. First place in grand finals. Wait, he's only won 1 grand finals? How do I feel like Malibuka has won more than just 1 grand? He got 2nd place twice, 3rd twice, 4th twice, 5th once, 6th once, and then he has gotten what? 4th place, and then I think they got 2nd place last season. So both of those placements literally only move him up 2 spots. I mean, hey, some controversial ones there. Merstash could probably also maybe finish top 10 all time. Let's check out all the way. Wow. Poyo is under cold. Okay, this is a spicy one right here. Hold on, let's compare Cold and Pollo's stats. All right, so Pollo is a 4-time FNCS champion now, 1 second place, 1 third place, 2 fifth places now, 16th at globals. He's also won a LAN event, won 4 FNCSs in a row, compared to Cold, who is now a 3-time FNCS winner with 2 second places, 1 third, 5th Grand Royale, 5th, 6th, third 2022 Invitational. He did get top 3 with Scented, didn't he? At a pretty rough split as well. I just feel like as of right now, Pollo being 14th all time, moving down the rankings is insane. I think there is more of an argument for Pollo to be a top 10 player of all time compared to him being literally worse than Cold all time. I don't think I can agree with this one right here. I think Cold and Pollo will both finish their careers as top 10 players ever. I mean, I guess that depends when Cold retires, because we already know that dude does not like grinding right now. I feel like Cold is going to be the next like surprise retirement, just like out of nowhere, but I think he still will probably finish his career top 10 all time. And me personally, I feel like Pollo is already top 10 all time. Let's see who else is above Pollo. Yanis in 12th. I don't know if I like this one. Hold on. Let's compare all 3 of their stats. All right, I guess looking at the stats now, he is one of the very few players that have won in all 3 of solos, duos, and trios. He also has a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 7th, 15th at globals, almost $1 million earned. I just feel like over time, Yanis is slowly going to move down, and then Cold, Pollo, and probably even Acorn will move ahead of him as well. I mean, I guess maybe that is fair. Let's see, 11th place. 1 spot outside of the top 10 is Epic Whale. Okay, I mean, Epic Whale, what? How many FNCS wins does he have? Like 5 or 6? One of the West GOATs, really has been struggling over the past like year, and really ever since he left Clicks. I think Epic Whale, whether you like it or not, will be another one of those players that'll slowly move down the rankings over time for some of the younger players to just slowly overpass him. Let's get on to the top 10 though. Starting off with, in 10th place is Aqua. Okay, Aqua has been retired for a very long time. Where is Aqua at? So Aqua was 9th on this before. He was 1st at World Cup Duos, 1st FNCS, twice, 3rd, 4th, 8th, $2.1 million earned. One of the GOATs of Fortnite, regardless of whatever he's doing now on his Twitter account. He is one of the best Fortnite players of all time, and I think a 10th place spot is pretty fair for him. I wouldn't be surprised though if he does slowly cycle out of that top 10. Let's see, 9th place is Vino. Okay, so what? Vino was 10th place before this year with a first, and now he has also won another trio FNCS, 2nd Invitational, 2nd Solo All-Stars, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 11th. Vino does have a pretty insane resume. I think there is no doubt that he is top 10 all time, and he is just going to continue to build up his resume, not only for the rest of this year. He's always going to have the potential to win FNCSs, and I think he's going to do very good at this upcoming LAN with Vico and Flixie as well. I'm very curious to if he can propel himself into a top 5 player all time when this year is all said and done. All right, let's move up even more now. 8th place is Seti, I think that's what it said. Yeah, Seti. Okay, let's compare Seti to Vino now. So Seti is, where was Seti at before? So Seti is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Obviously some of the most longevity in all of Fortnite, a LAN winner. Him and Cammy are basically right next to each other. I think I would also put Cammy just a little bit above him though. I'm curious if Cammy is literally just 1 spot above him. Is he in 7th place? No, it is Thomas HD. Okay, so what? Thomas HD is like far and away probably the person that is ranked highest on this list with no FNCS wins. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. 2nd at global, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, $1.1 million earned, probably almost the most top 5 finishes in all of Fortnite, and somehow doesn't have a single win. It is kind of crazy that as of right now in Thomas HD's career, it doesn't look like he's going to win any FNCSs for the rest of this year. He is always going to be one of the most skilled players in Fortnite history, arguably has the greatest aim of all time. I think depending on how much you value wins is where you would want to rank Thomas HD. I think a current spot of 7th place though is 100% fair for him. All right, 6th place, let's see. We have Cammy in 6th. So yeah, like I said, Seti and Cammy, pretty interchangeable for where you want to put them. I would still personally though put Cammy over Seti, the Polish GOAT. Let's get on to the top 5 now. In 5th place, am I Am I reading this correctly? Miro in 5th. I swear they used to have what? Yeah, they used to have Miro in 2nd place by the time this year started. His resume: first with a global championship win, 6 FNCS wins, 2 seconds, a 3rd, a 4th, and was no doubt the best player on every single one of those winning teams as well. I personally still have Miro in my top 3 all time. I honestly still want to put him 2nd place all time, but I would 100% listen to arguments for if you wanted to put Booga above him. But I think a 5th place, like, he moved down 2 spots after the most recent FNCS. 1 FNCS is enough to move Miro down 2 whole spots. I think this is honestly pretty disrespectful. I do not think Miro is the 5th best player of all time. I think at minimum, he has to be top 3. So what? That means that the 4 players above him are going to be what? I'm going to say it's probably going to be like Queasy. Tayson is above him. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Tayson is all right. Tayson is either going to be 4th or 3rd. If Tayson is top 3, okay, Tayson is 4th all time. Wow, so that means that they're saying there is a new EU GOAT with Queasy. I'm gonna have to assume that Queasy is, yeah, Queasy moved up 2 whole spots after getting 5th place in Grands. I mean, Tayson literally qualified for Global's list last season as well. I don't feel like this last Grand Finals was enough to move. Queasy has moved up. Wait, where was Queasy at before this? Okay, so this year, Queasy has gotten 5th and 4th in Grand Finals, and he started off in 4th place. So him getting a 4th and a 5th place has moved him up a whole position to be a top 3 player of all time now. I think Queasy can definitely finish his career as a top 3 player of all time and probably keep that title for a while, but as of right now, I don't think Queasy is the 3rd best player in Fortnite competitive history. All right, let's see the top 2 now. Do they officially have Peterbot in the 1 spot? Yes, they do. So we got Peterbot in 1, Booga in 2. Let's compare their resumes. That's actually insane that Peterbot started off this year as the 5th best player of all time to them. So what? It is now a first, 1 more first on top of that, second, another second on top of that, 4th, 6th, 8th, 9th. Also won the FNCS Pro-Am if you care any about that. I don't think that has anything to do with legacy though, but he is a LAN champion, a 5-time FNCS winner, the most skilled player I think Fortnite has ever seen. Let's compare him to Booga's resume. So Booga is obviously 1st World Cup solos, 1st duos, 1st, 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, 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 4th, 5th, 5th. Arguably the poster child of Fortnite competitive. To me, the 3rd best player of all time, but he is slowly creeping up, and I kind of want to put him as my 2nd best player of all time. I think that the 1st and 2nd spots are pretty like agreed upon between most people. Wow, I mean, what a top 50 list. There is definitely a lot of things I disagree on, but I do agree that Peterbot is probably the greatest player of all time, literally just the best player we have ever witnessed, and he's finally getting up the accomplishments for that as well, and he's looking like the favorite going into the next FNCS and potentially LAN also. Let me know what you guys would change though in the comment section down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please just go K-Dog in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. YouTube says I'm doing 1 of 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter at ChiliKDog, keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.